Alright. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. It's the real DJ Gravy. Look. Hit that like and subscribe button. It's the real DJ Gravy. And make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. What we're watching today is a video on Kosovo. Understand, it's the Olympics right now. It's the Winter Olympics in Beijing 2020. Shout out to all the Olympians out there doing their thing. I wish you all the best, good luck, and all of those good things. But I watched the opening ceremony. Like I always do, I love watching the opening ceremonies. And a few countries caught my eye. I am very familiar. I am very familiar with their names, but I'm not too familiar with their country. And then it surprised me that it's a lot less Olympians in the Winter Games than it is in the regular Olympic Games. So one of the first places that stood out to me this ceremony was Kosovo. Let's learn a little bit about Kosovo. And make sure you stay tuned. Make sure you hit that alert button. You can hit the subscribe button. You can hit the alert button so you'll be notified every time I drop something. But we're gonna watch this today. Kosovo, because I heard that Kosovo's nice, but you know, and not a lot of people know about Kosovo. A lot of people know about Kosovo. Strong country, good country, but you know what I mean.
We are in the old town. You know, like ding dong.
Old towns and cobbled streets.
There are two parts to this bazaar.
See, everyone is so friendly.
We even have traditional baklava.
These two are the best. Thank you. Well, next time we'll do it again.
Good afternoon, guys, from PRISTINA in Kosovo. We are in the old town of PRISTINA today, which is completely different. I do love an old town, and that is because of the bazaar, which we will be checking out in a bit. But right now I am just in front of the clock tower, which is near the King Mosque. So many mosques in the old town, obviously due to its history, hence the bazaar, but I will get into that later. The clock tower, I love clock towers, they look so nice. The clock tower is funny because it's been redesigned and rebuilt quite a few times. It used to have bell chimes, you know, like ding dong, but they got stolen and it hasn't worked properly for a good few years. They've replaced it with a digital clock now, so it looks much more modern, but it was built so long ago and it's still standing to a certain extent.
And this is the clock tower. It was built in the 19th century. It's a pretty cool spot for a photo. You can see you used to be able to go in here, a lot of graffiti. It's now actually closed and boarded up, which is a real shame.
The architecture here in the old side of town is really different as well. You'll find that there will be a lot of mosques, and a lot of the roofs actually have the red, like thatched roofs, which I really like. Oh, and you can't forget a cobbled street.
What is it with the cobbled street?
Old towns and cobbled streets, just like they go hand in hand.
We're going to be heading to my favourite thing ever, as I said, which is the bazaar, and it played a really important role in developing PRISTINA as a city, economically and socially.
And we are in the old bazaar. I love these places. There's just so much going on. This is really like an old school market rather than a bazaar with lots of shops. As a market itself, built in, it was actually built during the Ottoman era in the 1500s, 1600s.
Really?
It was actually destroyed in the 50s because they wanted to get rid of a lot of the old and bring in the new.
Wow. This is dope. This is real dope. I've heard about Kosovo. I think like the beach is nice or something. And like they're known for something. It's for sure a tourist spot because I think I heard P. Diddy talk about Kosovo.
There are two parts to this bazaar. As far as I can make out, there's like the covered bazaar and then there's like the open bazaar. But this bit is what excites me the most. Look at how much there is.
Look in your eyes.
Like most bazaars, it seems to have everything. Like this one, it's more raw, it's more local. It's not like some bazaars you go to and they're almost staged, but this really is a local market. You've got your fruit and veg, you've got your flowers, you've got your food, you've got your souvenirs. There's everything you could want here.
Outside of the old bazaar, you'll find the main sort of high street, if you like, which has so many gold and silver shops. I mean, it's not good for Matt because everything is sparkling in the windows as we walk past.
It's sparkling and you're not getting it.
Like literally, but there's also really nice clothes shops as well. I think it's like traditional dresses and traditional clothes for men as well. It's just a very blingy street.
Walking along here, jewellery shop. Jewellery shop. Jewellery shop. There is so many jewellery shops. Actually, Kosovo is one of the biggest selling things out there, I think. They sell a lot of gold.
Yeah.
I think silver and gold is a big selling thing. Well, by the looks of this street anyway, here in the old town. Oh, and guess what? Jewellery shop.
I persuaded Molly that she doesn't need any gold.
Some of the gold is so nice, and the silver, it was so sparkly, and because there were so many shops, every time I walked down there, my head was like this, like every 2 seconds. But we walked up, and we've come to the oldest remaining building in Pristina.
That is old.
It is so old, I can't pronounce the name of it, but there's so many different names, but the
Stone
most
Mosque.
common is the stone, yeah.
It's impressive.
It's old.
It's really old. Look, you can see the stone minaret here, and you come down, and it's obviously being refurbished here, which makes sense. The oldest building, like packed some slack.
As Google Maps don't work the best out here, when you notice this stone mosque, that is pretty much the start of the old town. Because behind me is all like the new modern buildings, the skyscrapers and whatnot. Then when you get here, you've got more of the mosques, the low red thatched roofs. And we're actually going to walk back into, we've literally walked the old town, we've done a loop of the old town, and we're walking back in because we actually, it's crazy. As I was, that's really loud.
Yeah, very loud.
See, everyone is so friendly in Kosovo, which actually leads me into what we're doing now. We were, as I was flying the drone, 2 guys come up to me and were talking to me like, oh, you're from England? They had really good English, by the way. And they said, oh, it is a custom out here. We've got to invite you for a cup of tea, a coffee, a drink or whatever. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go and meet them back near the clock tower and go for a coffee. So we met our friends and they basically said, do you want to go to a traditional cafe, restaurant? We're like, yeah, definitely, we need to see this. And it actually turns out we've gone to Liburna, which is the place. Surprisingly, we're coming tomorrow to do a food video. Not too much food today.
That's
just
dope.
a beer up Pristina, which is draft. I haven't actually had a Pristina before, so that's a new one for me.
Taste test.
Is it good?
Ice cold.
Oh, it's a little bit sweeter than the Peja.
Is it?
I really like it. Gazor. So these are our friends. Everyone in Kosovo is so nice. They've invited us for a drink. Gazor.
No, gazoo.
Gazor.
We even have traditional baklava. So many nuts in it. It's not just like pistachios, there's also like big walnuts in it, and it's so sweet, but the pastry is so crispy. Baklava is becoming my new favourite thing.
Thank you guys, the best Kosovan hosts. These 2 are the best. Thank you. Well, next time we'll do it again.
Ferik and Shaib were so sweet. What a lovely thing to do. We've been officially welcomed to Pristina in Kosovo now. They were so nice.
I got to go.
We've made it to Bar Street.
Me and baby got
We're
to
going to
go.
call it that. That's
We
the
got to go to
informal name.
Kosovo.
It's got
Pristina.
really nice bars and restaurants, which are absolutely packed at the minute. Because the curfew ends in 2 hours, everyone is out really quickly. But first, before we go to a bar, we've come to Green Protein.
Ooh.
Can you believe it? We're actually going to be eating something healthy tonight.
Wow.
And we've gone for 2 veggie. Are they vegan or veggie?
I don't know. It's not a problem.
Wow.
We're not sure.
Skeptical.
We're skeptical. So 2 veggie burgers. We don't even know what's in it because the menu was in Kosovo. So this will be fun.
Wow, that was surprisingly good. I'm never the biggest fan of like veggie burgers or vegan burgers, but green and protein. There's actually one in Tirana as well. I remember seeing it. Really
Green and
good. Does your
protein.
smoothies,
All right.
does your bowls, like your breakfast bowls, things like that.
Green and protein.
Does your burritos, does your wraps, does your sandwiches, does your veggie burgers, but also does chicken burgers and beef burgers. But we thought we'd try something different, but it is 10 to 8 now. I have 1 hour of payer drinking time. Oh, until I need to be back to the hotel for the curfew.
And luckily, we are on this road here, which is basically like a bar street going all the way
Bar
up.
Street. I love it. Oh, yes, please.
8:53. Whew, we made it back. With 7 minutes to spare, I managed to have 2 quick payer beers in Tandem. Really nice street there. Really good day, actually. I really like the old town. Made great friends. Kosovans are so hospitable. This is what I'm saying. Pristina, Kosovo, you need to travel this country. There's a lot to see, and this is just the city centre. come out of breath. We had to run back to make sure we made it back for 9 o'clock. Great beers, great Old Town, great friends we've made, great vegan burger. Never thought I'd say that. All round good day, but we'll see you again tomorrow for another day in Kosovo.
I'm gonna have to ask them in the video, like, why did y'all have a curfew? This is December 4th, 2020. Oh, it could have been because if I missed it, help me out, guys. Let me see if I'm able to ask them. Why did you why'd you have a curfew? The language is Albanian. Was it? Yeah, if there wasn't a curfew, I'm pretty sure you'd enjoy Pristina way more. Keep up with the good content. Why the was did they have a fucking curfew? And maybe it's only a curfew in Pristina. Yeah, well, that's it. Make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe button, because that was very interesting what I was just reading. I'm going to have to edit that shit. 'Cause I was stuck reading. But yeah, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. I'm going to be doing more because, like I said, I got more. I have a lot more places that I have here listed that I'm going to have to visit one day. One unavailable video is hidden. Why? What the hell does that mean? What does that mean? I don't understand. Stupid. But boom. Heart on ice, rod wave. What is this? I don't know. But yeah, make sure, man, hit that like button, please. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button, because nobody's gonna do it for you, and I need you to do it for me. So like, thank you. Please hit the button, please. Man, holla. Real DJ Gravy. Yee.